cheap, much like me.
There you go, baby. RudeNation, episode 182 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. How we doing, everybody? It's Wrestlemania weekend. Hey, all right.
Calm down. It's only one.
That's one, baby. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
WrestleMania weekend. We just
Wrestlemania, baby. Woo!
We watched night one of
Damn.
WrestleMania 41. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
We got the pre-show going on right now for night two, so we won't be talking about that. Maybe we'll talk a little about recapping night one, maybe recapping the last episode, which we pretty much manifested this card. A couple of tweaks here and there, you know, some injuries, some storyline shenanigans, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We watched Daredevil Born Again. We're
Yeah,
going to be talking
yeah.
all about that. Spoiler alert, 2 days to bed. But this episode's going to go out on Tuesday, Rude Day, as per normal.
It's also going out on a special day on Tuesday. Some little jerk's birthday.
That's me, everybody, yeah.
Woo! The big 4-0.
Turn 40, yes. So, here's a 40 ounce of 40 proof Jameson. When was Jameson established? Established 1780. Wow.
1903.
1903 for the Miller High Lifes, which, Miller...
We're disappointed,
Yeah, we're disappointed.
but
Listen, you're kowtowing to a government clown, and I don't know. We got some other beers on deck that we gotta try. We're having open auditions for beers, please. We had a casting couch ready for our mouths and just ready to take some loads of beer, of that foamy white goodness.
if there are any beer companies out there
You're all listening.
that support, human rights and DEI, and hit us up, send us a sample.
Yep.
We will gladly sample it on air.
Yes.
Give a stellar review.
Okay, we're already selling ourselves out, which is fine.
And I sold myself out a long time ago.
That's fine.
And you, too, can be the official beer of the RudeBoyz Power Hour.
I do like that. I like where this is going. We did talk about this off air to do our own RudeBoyz Be Sippin' line on, I don't know, I guess TikTok, but I mean, if TikTok also kowtows to the clown, I don't know. Can we just say down with the clown? Because are we taking that away from the ICP? Tom's I don't give a flying fuck.
Whatever. We'll say whatever the fuck we want to say.
On some of our social media platforms, linktr.ee/RudeBoyz. Hit us up on our social media platforms. Beer companies, new members of the Rude Nation, by all means, join our Discord, bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord, all lowercase. And, but I'm thirsty.
Who is in our mouth?
Who do we got in our mouth? I think we buried the lead a little bit. We got a Rude Boy special, which is a shot of Jameson.
Yep.
A sip of Miller High Life. So we clink and drink the shot, and then we clink and then drink the beer. Yep. We still got to know. We might have to have a modified Rude Boy special if we change up the mixing thing, or we disavow. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
I don't think Sam Adams would go well. Sam Adams is way too heavy to do this shit.
Yes, correct. Sam Adams, you're on our list, our good list, but it's a short list, and
gotta support our Boston brothers.
This is true. Yes, very true. So let's clink it up. Happy Tuesday, Rude Day.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday for me. Yay.
Shut up.
Sounds like Lindor fucking crushed it too. Mm-hmm. Man, God, I hate to say it, man. MHL it just hits. When it hits right, it hits right.
I know.
You know. So yes, the intro is as such. We went through everything we're going to be talking about. We went through our social media platforms.
Yep.
Let's. Do we have any former AKA Blitzkrieg news or?
Fantastic Four trailer?
Yeah, let's talk about the Fantastic Four trailer. I finally saw it again. Well, I saw it on my phone when it came out, but I saw it on the television screen. I mean, I'm hyped. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm hyped for it.
Right.
I knew I was going to see it already. I may think it's just me in trailers. Like, sometimes I see a trailer and I'm like, I don't know. But that's just the execution of the trailer.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think after the first saga of the Marvel movies, like at Infinity War and Endgame, I was like, those fucking trailers made me want to run through a brick wall. You know, that Age of Ultron trailer? Fuck yeah, dude. Civil War. Like, I was ready to roll. Now it's like, they know you got the money. You know you're going to come see it. You know what I mean? At least that's my perspective as maybe as a older fan. But I think the costumes look great. I love the vibe. You know, it's pretty much more or less everything we've seen in the first trailer, with the exception of Julia Garner. I believe that's the actress playing Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Not Norn Rad. They didn't make a girl Silver Surfer. I mean, technically there is a girl Silver Surfer. It's not Norn Rad, though.
Right. Her name is Shala Bal.
Yes. They do reveal that people were already checking it out, that Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is pregnant.
Yep.
Right? And we do see a little more of Galactus, other than a big fucking shadow.
Yeah.
So you were saying, Tom, we were just going through this.
We see him strolling down.
Yeah, just
32nd Street.
You know, like you do.
Don't mind me.
What do you think? So you're a little like, why are we going back to Galactus already? Because there was Galactus in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
I mean, look, with Fantastic Four, it's I just don't want to see them fall into the Spider-Man and the X-Men circle, where gotta use the Phoenix story. Gotta use Green Goblin or Venom.
Gotta use the big one. Gotta use the big ones right out. I got you.
Nah, come on, you fucking Mole Man. Look, man. Mole Man's fucking vicious.
You'll probably get Mole Man in the same how the Incredibles ended. Shit. When the Incredibles ended, and it was I don't know what the guy's name was, but it was like the Mole Man version in that universe. He kind of was like, all right, get ready to fight me. I always think there should be more room for just goon villains to just pop in a fucking movie.
Sure, yeah.
You know, that gives it life. You know what I mean? I always wanted, prior to them bringing in the Shocker.
I was gonna say, I feel like Spider-Man: Homecoming did it fairly well, where it was just all right, cool, the Shocker's someone.
Yeah. Also, the Tinkerer's there too.
Right.
All right, neat,
exactly.
You know, but have them have Spider-Man using Spider-Man. You have the Fantastic Four beat. You know, the first 10 minutes is them fighting the Wizard or some shit, you know what I mean? You don't need to know about the Wizard.
Yeah.
But now you just know that he's a villain, and he got thwarted, and the Fantastic Four kick ass, you know what I mean? You can do that. You don't have to hit your heavy hitters because, you know, in the Tobey Maguire movies and the early, not the early X-Men movies, but the Tobey Maguire movies, those villains all basically died, you know what I mean? You killed a lot of major villains that you could not come back to. So, I mean, obviously, X-Men kept Magneto
Mystique.
Throughout, Mystique. Yeah, the heavy hitters, you know what I mean? That's why killing Ultron, I feel, is a crime against humanity, which is ironic for Ultron.
I have a feeling we'll see him in Doomsday.
I would like to think that Secret Wars, because we'll talk about
Secret Wars more.
I would like to think that you're going to get not a flashback, but you're going to get a good scene of villains that are just coming back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. To be you know, it can't just be just Doom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or whatever antagonist they have kicking around. You know, it's got to be a group of guys, a group of people, which is what I think. I was looking up this actress's name and I completely was not.
No, you
attention. Julia Garner. Holy fuck!
You were correct.
Oh, thank you.
I said you were.
I didn't think I had zero confidence. Clearly,
show more confidence in yourself.
Thank you. There is a scene, and we were pointing it out in the trailer where you see. I think it's a press conference, and they're asking Reed if they're going to be okay or they're going to be safe, and then Reed's like, I don't know, But then the trailer ends, we're going to protect you, basically. And I pointed out that Sue wasn't in noticeably
like
was
outfit.
not in her space outfit.
Right.
Yeah, she would just seem kind of like a little more subdued thing. Could that be the end of the movie? Could that be kind of like when it goes into Secret Wars? Because that's how the 84 Secret Wars was. It was just Johnny, Ben, and Reed. It wasn't Sue, because Sue was pregnant with Franklin.
Yeah, and that's actually why She-Hulk ended up joining Fantastic Four.
Correct, yes. Well, didn't they leave Ben on the planet, though, too, on Battleworld? Because he was able to apparently somehow tap into his ability to control his rock monsterness.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think that's
what. It's been a long time since I fucking read that.
I think he opted to stay on Battleworld as a human, and I think they were just like, "Oh, we need a strong person."
Oh, and that's
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
You.
John Cena just mugging for the camera.
Yeah. It looks great. It's giving us, with this and Thunderbolts coming out, like it's a lot of good shit right now.
Yeah,
a lot of good Marvel shit that I'm feeling good. Like I've always felt good about Marvel.
Oh no, same. Do you feel? It's gotta be Kane. Do you feel though like? I think. And this is just like my finger. This is my. I have no.
This is my finger. This is my toe.
No, I'm saying
this is my nose.
I was going to say finger on the pulse, but there's clearly no way I have a finger on any sort of pulse. But what I hear on the internet, the fact that they wanted Captain America: Brave New World to obviously succeed. I mean, you don't want to put a movie out there to not succeed unless you're fucking Warner Brothers. But if you actually, they don't put movies out to succeed. They just pull them out and get the tax write-offs. Mm-hmm. Except that fucking Wile E. Coyote movie is coming out. Yes. That's pretty neat. Yes. I like that, because apparently that got really good reviews. Is that going to get us out to the theaters? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, sorry, Wile E. Coyote. They don't want to put a movie out to immediately fail. And I think Brave New World, with its political ties and the fact that, the actual political atmosphere we're in as a world, and the amount of reshoots they did, and I think they were like, I don't know, guys, here you go. And with Thunderbolts, they know they're not gonna change the world, so I think they're just like, here it is, here's Thunderbolts, like how the first Guardians was. It was like, here you go, guys, here you go, we're trying this. I think with Fantastic Four, though, they're really fucking trying. Like, if they don't capture a lot of market share and mind share, especially with Superman coming out.
Yeah, they know that Fantastic Four has been, like, all the Fantastic Four movies that have come out have been hot messes.
Right, but does that...
So that's why I think
they got a lot to work against. Working against them.
Yeah, but they...
There it goes. It does the dick waggle.
They also... Wow, he really just got up in
got up in there.
Yeah.
He should watch his jacket. We're watching the ending of the Triple Threat main event, WrestleMania 41 Night 1. Seth Rollins defeating CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Looking up to see what the director has directed before.
Isn't this Mark? No, not Mark. Isn't this the dude who did it's Matt Shackman. He did WandaVision. He did some Game of Thrones.
It's Always Sunny.
I think it's in good shape. Originally, it was going to be the dude who did the Spider-Man MCU movies.
Yes, but now he's doing the second Shang-Chi.
No, that guy is doing
the new Spider-Man.
Right.
Wow, this guy did, like I said, just did some It's Always Sunny episodes.
Yeah, but I mean, he did a lot of... Yeah, he did, yeah.
That's silly.
But yeah, then he basically moved to Game of Thrones, and then now in WandaVision. But, I mean, he definitely has an eye for, like, that retro look. Again, it's not only just the director. It's, the whole casting and the whole crew,
The internet, shocker, complaining that people are like, oh, the way they have Johnny in this is just so pathetic and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Johnny? Okay, look. I actually did not like Chris Evans' Johnny Storm.
You didn't like his... Okay.
Like, Johnny is... He's cocky, but he also had... Like, there was no... I feel like there was no connection between him and Sue.
Okay.
Like in this one, you see that there's a connection.
There's definitely more of a sibling bond.
More of a sibling connection.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because even like in the cartoon, it was a whole lot of like, Johnny, don't be, my little brother,
right?
Like,
but like,
he was the hothead, but that was the whole point. That was his whole growth. You know what I mean?
But like in the comics,
you're right. In
he's
2025, it's like a little sleazy.
Yeah, in the comics, he is all about like yes, he'll flirt. He'll flirt like a motherfucker.
Sure. Yeah, he fucked Doom's fiancée.
Yeah. And Dakin. And
yeah, I mean, listen, man, the dude fucks. What are you gonna
fucking PIMP, man. But like the whole like I really like the whole like in the trailer where he's just like he goes to Sue. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna be a great mom," and like and then like how he just like he takes the cheap shot at Reed, which is something he would do. Yes, because that's his 100%. Brother-in-law. So you got to bust the in-laws' balls.
Yep.
And then like he'd be like, yeah, we'll be the best uncles. Like talking about him and Ben, and I'm like
immediately talking about himself, that's Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
But
like I'm like, you know what? I am I think I'm going to like this version of him.
I think so too. And even Joseph Quinn's come out to say that he wants this version of Johnny Storm to be a little more not a fucking pig.
Yeah,
I suppose I don't want to put words in his mouth, but like it's a different kind. He can be brash, he can be arrogant, he can be flirty, without being sexist or something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, like it's
the woke mom.
I know.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
No, woke just means
comic books are woke.
Just means
I don't understand. I understand.
It just means something you don't like.
Correct, yeah.
That's exactly what it
just means. Somebody is representing not you.
Exactly. And so get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
And fucking boo fucking who.
Too bad, so sad.
If you don't like it, don't go see the movie. Shut the fuck up. Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
Pretty sure Marvel will do great without your money.
Yeah.
Anyway. And that's all we got to say about that.
A lot of Star Wars news.
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration Japan. Yeah. Yes, I do not have a list in front of me.
Well, I mean, the most important thing is you have Star Wars Starfighter coming out.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Sean Levy, director of Deadpool and Wolverine, and Free Guy. Yeah,
the movie was not good.
No, it was not. In May of 2027. Prior to that, there is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out May of 2026.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a season 4.
There probably was a season 4 that they were like, let's make this a movie.
Right.
We should have had a better name, but what are we going to do?
Whatever.
Yeah,
and then you have...
I love Star Wars nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't know anything about... You know Star Wars Starfighter. You know the date is supposed to be released. You know Ryan Gosling's going to be in it. And you know Sean Levy is directing it.
Yeah.
That's literally all you know. And it has a date. And get ready for it. Get hype, everybody.
And then it has...
so stupid, but I love it.
A Darth Maul show.
Darth Maul show.
It's going to be animated.
Yes. Pretty excited for that.
Voiced by Sam Witwer.
Yep.
Which I love his portrayal
of Maul? Well, I mean, he's been Maul obviously more than Ray Park. I mean, Ray Park was just the body for Maul in the movies.
Yeah.
And the mocap, I think, in the final season of Clone Wars. But Sam Witwer?
I believe it's Witwer.
Sam W. He is, he's obviously voicing it. It's going to bridge some prequel and OG trilogy stuff, which puts it in line to everything going on with his appearance in Solo and Crimson Dawn and stuff like that. Speaking of Crimson Dawn and all that fun stuff, Star Wars Outlaws, I think it's coming out to Switch 2 in September with all the fun whistles and DLC and stuff like that.
I'm sure it's not going to report well.
I mean...
it's coming out to Switch 2?
Switch 2. Yeah. Switch number 2, not Switch as well.
Yeah.
If it came out to Switch number 1 as well, would not be good.
It would not port well.
Yeah, it would not port well. But the newest DLC they highlighted had the... had that pirate on it, Hondo Oksana, whatever it is. Voiced by motherfucker.
I don't think that's a name.
Yeah. I need to. One of my fun things is when I make a Star Wars character up, I like to make it. I had a character called Shoot Real Good.
Okay.
And I think one was Motherfucker would be a good one. Like, you have to write it in, like, you know, with apostrophes and stuff like that. He's the dude who did the voice of, I think it's Jim Cummings, the voice who did Winnie the Pooh and Don Carnage in Tailspin.
Jim Cumming?
Jim Cumming.
Cumming or Cummings?
Jim Cumming.
Inu.
Ooh. Yikes. Jim Cummings. I think he does his voice. Imagine if I said all this bullshit.
There's a lot of live action stuff I'm seeing.
In his filmography?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nobody know. Anyway,
I'm working on it.
So there's that. I put this out on Blue Sky. I think the only Star Wars video game news that would make me frozen in carbonite, aka hard, would be a remastered Rogue Squadron trilogy.
Okay.
That would be nice. And a remade or remastered Shadows of the Empire.
Okay.
Which, fun fact, they announced, and I pre-ordered a Dash Rendar figure. Because he was the main protagonist in... Well, I mean, would he be the main protagonist in Shadows of the Empire? He was a character in Shadows of the Empire. The video game, he was the main character.
Oh, right, Dash Rendar. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. He was the guy when Cal Kestis had a costume that looked a little like Dash Rendar in one of the Jedi games, and I was like, man, this is what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Andor drops on Tuesday as well.
And we got Andor, yes, that's right. And you did give it a second try, and you were like, no, not for me. Perfectly, right, listen, I gotta try it again, which obviously means I'm not going to start it. Okay, listen, you did your due diligence. You can, you gave it a chance. I will probably rewatch season 1 before I rewatch season 2. Because I know that's a very dense fucking show, and who the fuck knows if I'm even going to do that. But the initial reviews are pretty hyped for it, which is cool, because it's always fun when Star Wars gets a win, and people like it. Because people should like it. People should like Star Wars a lot more than they do, and just because there's a black man, or an Asian woman, or black girls, or lesbians, or people that don't look like them, it's a fucking show about space aliens, alright? With wizards and teddy bears, so fucking get over it.
Like,
holy shit.
I just don't like John Boyega.
Okay, that's fine.
As a part, like, he's just someone who's just, it doesn't matter if he's black, white, whatever, it doesn't matter. He just looks like someone who's just like, I kind of want to punch you in the face. Like, you definitely need to be humbled a little bit. I don't like him. Fuck you, guy.
There's just something about his face I just want to punch.
Just come back. Yeah. He has a very punchable face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're implying.
I don't think I need to imply much. I think it's all out there.
Uh-huh.
And I think we can move away from it.
Okay.
You know, just knowing...
You're an asshole.
Yep, that's valid also. Anywho.
Uh-huh.
Any other news you want to talk about, Tommy?
I think that's it.
That's a pretty decent newsy stuff. Instead of being not too organized, let's link it up. Just because we like to. WrestleMania, baby, woo!
WrestleMania, baby, woo!
We saw WrestleMania Night 1.
Yeah.
It was good times.
It was.
I don't think Night 1 really stood out. What do you think? Because we were talking about this after the show. What do you think was your top 3 matches?
New Day versus War Raiders.
Okay. You like that a lot more than I did.
I'm a big tag guy.
You are, yeah. And I liked it. It's definitely in my top half of the... continue, I'm sorry.
Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Americano.
Sure, yes. I did like that. That was one of those guys you got 5 minutes. Fucking get in there, get out. And it was good. I love Grande Americanos, which is my go-to Starbucks drink, by the way. Mm-hmm. His intro.
And the main event.
Yes, the main event, I think, was the match of the night.
What about you?
I think Triple Threat, the main event, was number one. Number two would be Rey Fenix and El Grande Americano. And number three, I did write it down. I think it might have been Jade versus Naomi kind of hit a little bit. You know what? I think LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, though, might be my third favorite.
I'm just surprised with how fast Jade Cargill's hair grew. Like,
that's incredible. That's
when
incredible.
She was in a
I wish I
match.
knew her. I need to know her beauty secrets.
Yeah, seriously.
I could definitely use some strength in the hair up there. But as far as the other matches, the Jey Uso beating Gunther,
I was fine with.
Yeah, we were going to see that. I think it's definitely a clash of styles, and we were talking about this. You were kind of bored with Gunther. Not necessarily bored, maybe just not bored. Your vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, like even when he was IC champ.
Really?
I was like, eh.
I thought IC champ was a better fit for him because he could go out there and just kind of like he could go against a Jey Uso one day, or a Rey Mysterio the next day, or a Sheamus the next day. You know what I mean? Like, he could have these...
Right.
You know, because these guys are champ. You know what I mean? Like, he's, like, not necessarily... He's, like, the mid-boss.
Right.
To the main event.
So, for anyone complaining about Gunther losing...
People complaining, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Gunther losing to Jey Uso. Even as a heel champion, you have to be able to move merchandise. That dude...
We were talking about this.
That dude does not move anything.
Yeah. You
never saw one Gunther shirt in the crowd.
I don't even know if Gunther has a shirt. Does Gunther have a shirt?
It would probably be super generic, like he is. Like... No.
I gotta look it up, actually, if Gunther has a shirt. It probably just says Ring General or some shit.
Yeah, or the General. Like, who the fuck knows? Like, it probably has the General insurance guy on there.
And it's just Gunther in a little...
But, yeah. It's Gunther in that outfit, but it's like a German officer.
Yeah, I mean, he's not one of the top on the...
Oh, there, list. Shocker. Get the fuck out of here, you bum.
Wow.
Go back to NXT where you belong.
Wow. All right. I think Gunther is just definitely a different vibe of wrestler. He's a wrestler. He's not a sports entertainer, which is fine because in this world of WWE now you can have that.
But here's the thing:
he's a Europe wrestler. Like,
here's the thing, though.
Here's the thing.
Let me tell you something.
That's a Triple H line. That's like, and Christian says that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing.
So, like, you have fucking. What the fuck was I gonna say? You fucking steamrolling dick.
Gunther didn't have merch.
Right, Gunther doesn't have merch.
Right.
Like, you need to shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, but...
Do you want to go back to the videotape and find out what you were talking about?
No, hold on.
All right.
It'll come back and then I'll just steamroll you.
You want him to go back to NXT where he belongs.
Go back to NXT where you belong.
It's my birthday, all right? Don't fucking disparage me.
Shut up.
I'll disparage you every day of the year. Braun Breaker.
Special. Yeah. He's a fucking bum. Not Braun Breaker.
Gunther. Gunther's a bum. Heard it here first.
Yeah.
The other match I don't think really clicked for me. And Tom has thoughts. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. The right person won.
Correct.
I think Tiff, like I know her that intimately. Miss Stratton had the best WrestleMania entrance.
What a fucking goon.
Yeah. Well, listen, goon's a different word in this context, my friend. You can say goof. She had the best WrestleMania entrance for night one. It fit her character. Okay. It was something that she apparently wanted to do in NXT, but they didn't really have the production for that. But I think it was great. Best WrestleMania entrance of the night by far. Sure. And like I said, the right person won.
Sure. Yep.
I think her and Charlotte, there is chemistry there. Obviously, there was animosity with the build-up and Charlotte Flair being an absolute bitch. Apparently, I don't throw the word around a lot, but it was. It felt like it was not clicking. Like it was like they were on two different speeds, and when they clicked, it worked, and then they would be right back off rhythm, or something like that. Like a highlight video will make that match seem way better than what it was. Like live, it was like it's not really doing it, you know.
I saw a tweet from Flair.
Oh God, yeah.
And he was just like, "It's not about winning or losing; it's about having the match of the night."
And of course, Flair's saying all this other shit before that too. Before like, "Oh, Charlotte's gonna be 15 times. Nobody should be worried about my accomplishments. She's the best." And then it's like, it doesn't matter who wins or loses.
And I'm like,
what a fucking sports dad.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, Ric Flair, man. You're a goof.
Ric Flair, you think his record's gonna get broken tonight, Tommy?
I hope not.
You hope not. Okay.
I hope not.
All right. We'll talk a little bit about Night 2 in a second.
Yeah.
I think Jade and Naomi and LA Knight and Jacob Fatu's matches were similar. Because we were noticing this and even the tag match, from my perspective, we were noticing that the crowd was very quiet.
Yeah.
And it was only when there was more hits in the matches that they would be like, oh, all right, they would get to their feet. The crowd was there. It just, the matches had time to breathe.
Yeah.
And I did say, to he who should not be named's credit, for when he was booking WrestleManias 4 years ago.
Right.
They're like, you have 3 minutes to get your shit in. You know? I remember, I think it was WrestleMania 39, which I think was maybe the passing of the torch time. They had that tag team spotlight match or something like that.
Okay.
And it was 4 tag teams, and they had like 7 minutes. And you saw these guys book it.
Right,
and the crowd was like, oh shit, yeah, this was fucking good. You know what I mean? I think long matches are perfectly fine, but I think just like this big spectacle of WrestleMania, the crowd's a huge part of that. And being in a stadium is one thing, but also having fans that are just kind of like, all right, like, are we invested? Are we not?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand the first few rows are all millionaires and Saudi princes and MVPs and, you know, celebrities. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no.
You know?
Yeah.
But, like, I think those matches had good spots in them. I think just, I don't know, they would have main evented a Raw or SmackDown, definitely.
I'm surprised.
And in a smaller arena, I think they would have been eaten up. I think just maybe not WrestleMania. No, that's not. I can't really finish that sentence. I don't think that's true.
I agree with what you said. Like, they definitely should have done. They definitely should have done the TLC match
tonight, or one of these nights.
Night,
yes,
instead of Ray Phoenix and
instead of. I mean, listen, not to take away from the New Day, because we watched their heel interview with Sam Roberts on the recap show, which is hilarious, and they're doing great work, and we called that match, by the way.
Yes, we did.
I think maybe swapping that out for the SmackDown tag match would have probably been a better choice.
Yeah.
But, you mean, New Day's got the, you know... I don't know. It's a different vibe. Those are two different vibe matches. You can't swap them in and out.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, and not a lot of these matches are really like big car crash matches. Maybe with the exception of the street fight we're going to see tonight, and the triple threat. The triple threat was they went out in the crowd. They broke tables.
Yeah,
like,
but
and you don't see that often.
Yeah,
which is refreshing when you see it.
It still felt. It was chaos, but it was controlled.
Oh
chaos.
Yeah. It wasn't like anarchy.
Exactly.
It was like, I fucking hate you. I'm going to throw you into the crowd, and we're going to fight. Like that. Yes, but you don't get that with any other matches. You don't get that vibe. Yes. So yeah, WrestleMania, baby. Whoa.
WrestleMania Night 1 was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm thinking Night 2 is going to be a little better.
Night 2 is going to,
Let me pull the card up real fast. We'll give a little quick discussion.
Sure.
On the card, because, you know, we did... I mean, I should just go back to the last episode, because we pretty much called it, you motherfuckers. Night 2, WrestleMania, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. No, fuck that. Opening the match, which is, again, if you're not last, you want to be first, the Women's World Championship match, triple threat match, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair.
Io Sky.
We did say, on air, off air, Io Sky needs to win.
Uh-huh.
Personally, if Bianca wins, I'm okay with it.
Uh-huh.
I don't really want to see Rhea win.
Yeah.
I think Rhea had her lengthy,
Io Sky is the best option.
I think so,
it's
too.
The correct option.
My heart wants Io.
Yeah.
My brain's saying Bianca.
Yeah.
Your heart and brain are saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that one out of the way. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I think we want Logan Paul to not take an AJ Styles clash correctly. And
I want his career ended.
Yeah, so
like,
but I think Logan
I want
Paul's
him to
win.
never hold his kid again.
Holy.
Just be paralyzed.
They're all sponsored by a separate. Oh my lord! They're all sponsored by separate fucking things. The Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, sponsored by Doom the Dark Ages. I'm probably going to be Damian, I'd imagine. I want Drew to win, but heart says Drew, brain says Damian.
Heart says Damian, head says Drew.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what I said? That's what... No, I said the opposite. Yeah. All right. So we'll see what happens there. Breaking news. As per 24 hours ago, Bayley is out of the tag team match. Yeah. So right now it's Liv and Raquel versus...
It seems very reminiscent of something that happened recently.
Recently?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. A contender in a tag match got taken out by...
Oh, you're saying the Bianca, Jade, Naomi stuff? Yeah, probably. Liv and Raquel versus Lyra Valkyria and TBD. Everyone's banking it on Becky.
Everyone's saying Becky.
She was at the Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
There was a video of her in gorilla
Backstage,
position.
Yeah.
Which Becky in gorilla. The location.
Yeah.
The location.
Yeah. There's no saving this.
Yeah.
There's no saving this. Just.
Do we think Lyra's going to win, or do you think Liv and Raquel's going to retain?
No, I think it's going to be Lyra and whomever.
Whomever she picks, whoever that might be. We're saying it's probably Becky.
Yep.
Any other names out there? Alexa Bliss. I don't really know who else, really.
Could be a surprise one, like, I don't know, fucking someone from NXT.
Okay.
That would be interesting.
Oh, she's so sad. Speaking of surprises, Randy Orton's got a match. They're keeping him on the card. And he's got a Randy Orton Open Challenge sponsored by Wingstop. Who do you think it's going to be? You still think it's Kevin Owens?
I still think it's... I'm saying...
You think you're getting worked, brother?
We are. I'm saying it's either Owens or Austin.
Wow. Okay. You're punching up, brother. If they bring Kevin Owens out for commentary, to be like, well, you didn't have your match, you're in Las Vegas, maybe you're going tomorrow for your neck surgery.
Yeah.
And if he comes out for commentary, he's like 80% the Open Challenge.
Oh yeah.
But do you think it could be like a Carmelo or?
I thought you were gonna say Carmella.
No. No, she wrestled already last night. As per your observations. Like, who could it be? Could it be Miro? Rusev, who just resigned?
Yeah.
Could they push Aleister Black's debut? Because apparently he's going to be debuting
that's
on...
425.
425, yes. 3? 5?
Friday.
5, yes.
425.
Well, fuck it, It's not the last time you've been lied to by the Fed.
Huh?
It hasn't been the last time they've lied to you. WWE.
True.
Wait, you still think it's Owens?
I'm saying it's Owens or Austin.
Orton always wanted to wrestle Karrion Kross. I know when he was in NXT, Orton was like, bro, like, get up to the main roster. Let's make some money. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That was obviously 6 years ago or whatever it was. So, like...
Look, all I'm saying, if we hear the shattering glass, you're going to have to leave the studio.
Okay. All right.
Because it'll just be
The Intercontinental Championship, sponsored by Dude Wipes. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dominic.
Sponsored by who?
Dude Wipes? They're wipes for dudes.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor.
Well, it is
versus Braun versus Penta.
It is pretty good that it's being sponsored and Dominic Mysterio's in it.
That was a funny Pat McAfee comment where he said you look like a used dude wipe or something like that. That's pretty funny.
I think it could be. My brain says, my heart says Finn.
Okay.
My brain says Dominic.
My head says Dominic. I'm going to say head. I'm going to say head and brain. I was literally I like blacked out.
Yeah.
She stepped the game up. My brain says. Distracted again. My brain says Dominic. I think my heart says Braun. I think you should have a nice retaining moment.
Yeah,
but I think the story is the vision of the breakup of the Judgment Day.
Braun Breaker
can move on.
Yeah.
Yes. You're free. Genie, you're free.
Yeah, he can renew that rivalry with Jey Uso.
Sure, yeah. They've had good chemistry.
Yeah.
I dig it. And finally, the main event, the undisputed WWE Championship match. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus John Cena, sponsored by Drumstick.
Those are good.
Every little thing, no joke, they all have a little icon. Like, Christ almighty, man. Like, I get it. Holy shit, Tom. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, sponsored by the General Insurance. You manifested another thing.
Yep.
It started with Owen Hart, and it's still to this day. You just have a wrestling whisperer. Like, you just know these things. Man.
Now maybe.
Okay.
I manifested the other thing of him taking a Styles Clash terribly.
Sure. Yep. Fingers crossed. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Do you think you're gonna get a double turn? Because we were kind of talking about this last night.
People were kind of saying that. I'd love for Cody to retain.
Right. I think Cody retaining leaves nothing for heel John Cena anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also feel that Cena getting his 17th title, that's just...
As a heel?
That's just the final nail of a fuck you to the old regime.
Yes, I've been feeling that as well.
Because I feel like that would be like one of the final things that gets wiped from the old regime. So,
because that's going to be history making, right there. Even though I think Ric Flair has like 20 champions or something, like there's some unrecognized bullshits.
Yeah,
like there back in the fucking NWA, the Wild West. Yeah. You know, people didn't fucking write shit down. But you're right. That's going to be history making. Yeah, if it's like a monkey's paw situation. You know, like if Cena wins, he's a bad guy, and does he just hold that belt until he retires? Then what happens with Cody? Like, if Cody wins, then what do you do with John Cena now, who's gotten all this buzz and all this momentum as a bad guy? Like, what do we do? Does he just do the whole, like, remember, like, when, the match, Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan, and they needed Shawn to be a heel, so he, like, really leaned into it, and, like, literally, they finished the match, and he's just like, yeah, that was just me trying to get a rise out of him, like, we're all good, I'm a good guy now, like, what the fuck, you know? Like, are they just gonna do that? Like, I don't know. Can't really tell, man. Do they send the home friends? Does Cody turn heel? Does he retain as a face? Does John Cena win and be a bad guy?
If Cody's hair is brown for some reason tonight, he's turning heel.
Okay. I don't think it will.
Good dead air right there.
Well, there's a lot going on the screen right now. But anyway, we're going to find out in like 40 minutes what's happening.
I'm going to say Cena's winning.
Cena's winning?
Cena's winning.
I'm going to say the same thing too. I'm going to say Cena's winning. I think it's interesting. I'm going to say Cena's winning. Yep. I'm going to say Cena's winning. And we're going to see what happens with that. You know what I mean? Listen, it's Vegas, baby. We're
WrestleMania, baby.
We're just rolling the dice and gonna see what happens. So that's WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh man, we were worried about not having anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about some Daredevil?
We can talk about some Daredevils.
Let's talk about some Daredevils. Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, finished up.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. It's going to happen. We're going to be talking about it. I think it was the weakest of the Daredevil seasons, yet still better than... Like, I would put the 3 Netflix seasons above this. Because you just watched them recently, so you might have a different opinion. But I still think it's very good.
Yes.
Like, I think... X-Men 97 notwithstanding, because that was incredible. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Moon Knight.
I wouldn't put Moon Knight up there.
Ms. Marvel.
I wouldn't put Ms. Marvel up there. I wouldn't put
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk up there. She-Hulk's like a little bit lower than that. I still think...
Fuck up there.
No, you're fine. Maybe... Man, people love Loki. I was like, I don't... Personally, I was like...
So bored with Loki.
Yeah, you know? Like,
so
it
bored
was
with
like one
Loki.
of those things you were like... You know when you eat like a good meal, you're like, I know that was good, but like...
It's bland.
Yeah. You know? Like, I guess that was good.
Like, I ate it because I needed substance.
Yes, there you go.
You know, sustenance.
Yeah. Either or. But I think it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
As far as the Marvel television shows. What do you think? Where does it land in the Daredevil stuff?
I'd say it's above season 3 of Daredevil.
Above season 3,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you think? Do you think season 3? I don't want to use the word the worst, the least best.
Was weakest.
The weakest. Okay,
was
perfect.
weak.
Okay.
Yeah. That match is going to be brought to you by Minute Maid. Yum.
Tasty.
Yeah, it was definitely the weakest.
Uh-huh. You think Daredevil season 3 was the weakest? Okay, that's
Absolutely.
interesting.
The whole silly, like, he's got a bullseye in his eye. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, that was the last 5 seconds, which I was even like, that was good.
I don't know.
To me, that's the worst season of the Netflix shows. The Netflix Daredevils.
This I really like. Like, that how it started was insane.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The whole, like, they're celebrating at Josie's, and, you know...
It was basically like the epilogue.
Yeah. Yep.
In the beginning, you know?
Yep.
And it was very good.
And then I liked a lot... I honestly enjoyed that we didn't get Daredevil for a good chunk of the season.
Yeah.
I liked the Matt Murdock stuff.
Right. Yeah. Switching beers, everybody. The El Segundo Brewing Company, Steve Austin, Broken
RudeBoyz special with
Skull.
these.
Yeah, no. Broken Skull American Lager, because it's WrestleMania, baby. Woo.
Really dug it.
Yeah, you needed that, and I knew that was like, again, this season also had identity problems with, you know, they were going to do one thing, and then they were like, you really can't do it this way.
Well, apparently the original stuff was just not good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was more law focused. Like,
Yeah.
it was definitely more of the White Tiger trial, which I thought was fine. What we got,
Yeah.
you know, and I mean, I don't know if I could do it with multiple episodes, like even more so than it was.
I would have liked to have got a little more
Thud it up.
thud.
WrestleMania rule.
Oh, hell yeah. I would have liked to have gotten a little more White Tiger. I would have liked to have seen a little more of his powers and such. Like,
you know what's funny? It goes to what I was saying earlier, where like you can just have a character or a hero or villain, and then they can just be, and you don't have to like. They literally were like, this man has a magical amulet.
yeah.
Cool. Do not need an origin. Do not need this. Do not need that. You know enough about him. You know, they did that shit in She-Hulk too when they had the you know, the designer and, you know, like all the people in like the other the trials, you know, like they were like, you don't really need a whole episode of this guy, like they're good, which I like because it makes the world big.
Yes,
makes the world bigger without being like, hey, get a load of this world, you know.
I said to you, I would take 1,000 Gwen Stacy's and 500 Karen Pages over one Heather Glenn. Like, she sucked. She sucked in the comics.
See, that's
too.
Oh well. See, I don't know. I don't know about her in the comics. We'll get to it when we do our big Daredevil read for me. I thought the character was good. I thought the character was tragic in the sense that she was caught in between, unwillingly, caught in between all of Fisk and Matt and Kingpin and Daredevil's bullshit.
Yeah.
And she literally was she just got kind of flirted with the, you know, the Riz King, Matt Murdock. And
blind my ass.
Yeah. Did you see the video of I guess he was doing a fan convention with like a couple other superheroes, like the Grant Gustafson or whatever.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I saw this meme," and he's like, "Yeah, blind, yeah, right." So he knows it. I thought she was good. I thought she was real good in how she was being used. Oh, they kept Haku in there.
Yeah.
Because apparently he did jump the fucking barricade.
Did he?
Yeah. That was actually a lot more than I guess we originally... Well, maybe I wasn't paying attention.
He's fucking Haku.
Yeah. The people were like, he jumped the barricade. No, the barricade got out of his way.
Exactly. I like that.
But I honestly thought Heather Glenn was a good character. I mean, yeah, I disliked how she was, but, like, I kind of understood it. You know what I mean? Like, she unwillingly got fucked with because Matt has such a vendetta against Fisk. Yeah. Which, to be fair, like, you could have easily just been like, hey, because he did the whole, the trial against him in season 1, right? Yeah. Like, just be like, yeah, we've butted heads before. Like, he has a you could have, like, there was no reference to that.
No, he said, no.
Did he?
Yeah, no.
Well, no, I thought all his references were like, he's a bad guy, you know, like, you know what he did. You know, maybe it wasn't as overt as, like, we went to trial, and I got him arrested. You know?
I did not like Muse.
I thought Muse was...
unnecessary?
Unnecessary, yes. I thought it was appropriately used, though. Like, you need some sort of villain in there. This is Cry of the Wolf. What is it? Fatal Fury? Yeah, the new Fatal Fury.
Damn, I cannot wait till you get this.
No, Tom, I know my...
You're gonna get it.
I know my limits.
Yeah, but you like losing to me.
I don't like losing to you. I just like... I'm press the button. Oh, this would be us playing. Wait, I gotta check my moves.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
I'm gonna pause the game. Okay, go. What? I think Muse kind of like just connected all the Bullseye stuff from the beginning and the end. Like, you needed a new antagonist while Kingpin was trying to find his way to getting back to Kingpin. How about that bit when he crushed the guy's head?
Gee, he didn't even crush his head. He ripped off his jaw. He just scalped him.
I got spoiled too because I watched it. I downloaded it Tuesday night to watch on the plane. Okay. And between that and then, I got spoiled on two things. God. One was Punisher and Swordsman getting chained up in, you know, like the where they keep the vigilantes or the people they want to disappear, right? Which I was like, okay, that makes sense. Sure, whatever. Of course, the Punisher got kidnapped. Makes sense because you know he can't just be out there.
Well, no, it wasn't just all the vigilantes.
It was just people he wanted to disappear.
Anyone against, like, who was it? Because you had,
But I think I'm putting it in the sense that...
You had the, Swordsman was there.
Because I saw just the two of them. Right. I didn't see anyone else in the bit I got spoiled.
Right, because then you also had the other...
Like, the other rich people. The rich... That was a gang. The elite. Yes.
Essentially the Hellfire Club.
Eat the rich. Maybe he will. There you go. Vanessa.
When I was a boy, I wanted to drink some sugar water, but my mother wouldn't let me.
So I decided to eat the rich, literally, if you would say.
I took a hammer to my father's head.
The other thing I got spoiled was the head smash
crush,
thing, which I thought was fake. until like it was gearing up for it, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
And like when the commissioner was talking to, I was calling her not Judy Reyes. Like she looks like the actress who played Carla in Scrubs.
Okay.
And I was just like, wow, they really wanted to get Judy Reyes, but they couldn't for some reason.
Maybe
I guess
they just wanted to get the actor they got.
Like, no.
Okay, cool. People can't look like people.
Why don't you just let me have my fantasies in my head?
What fantasy?
Just like, let me have my own headcanons. Okay? You need to...
However you want to live your life, buddy. Go ahead.
Okay, so Cody Rhodes just lifted the belt in this video package.
Okay.
And I was like, does he really have a mute symbol tattooed on his hand? But
mute symbol.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Okay, it's all good.
I'm fucking stupid.
It's all good.
Oh man.
So when Gallo was talking to the assistant,
Sheila,
yes,
I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
You knew he was getting played?
I was like, dude.
I didn't think he was. I thought she was gonna die. Also, I thought she was that.
Nah,
but it turns out
she was
just
a coward.
Weasel.
No, because the whole time she fell out of grace with him for Michael Gandolfini.
Yes.
So she was trying to get into...
She was trying to
get back to the good graces.
I thought maybe it was a little too late with her. That's why. But maybe you're right. She probably saw the writing on the wall and was like,
Dude, the fact that he didn't kill Michael Gandolfini when, he broke that story to, BB.
Yeah, but because now we realize he's like, interesting, I can use this now. That's the Kingpin, baby. Yeah. He's always thinking, man. Thinking, always thinking, yeah. I do have to talk about, we did have a gentleman's agreement that Michael Gandolfini's character would have been revealed within season 1 of Daredevil Born Again, that he would be revealed as Kingpin's son.
Right. Which he wasn't.
Which he was not.
Right.
Do you remember what we bet on? $20?
No.
No?
I don't think any of us did that.
Oh, okay. I feel like we were trying to make it juicy, and we just...
Maybe it was, doing, a double shot of something.
All right, well, whatever... Listen, I lost the bet, so whatever you think it should be.
Giving me the appropriate punishment?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Well, listen, I'm a man of my word. And I thought that they were going to do that. I thought they were going to talk about that, but it turns out...
No, that'll be next season.
Well, see, that's why I said it has to be... I'm calling it, it's got to be in season 1. If it happens in season 2, oh well, that wasn't what the parameters were.
Correct.
So, we'll figure that out. Season 2 is coming soon, which I'm really a big fan of, because... are you upset that... Or not upset. Were you expecting more... cameos?
No, because I think it leaves something for season 2.
Oh, 100%. I agree. I would have loved it, but...
I would have loved to, when he was just when he came out of that room at Josie's.
Mm-hmm. Oh, at the end, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, we're going to see Luke, we're going to see Jessica, we're going to see...
just in the background.
Well, honestly,
that would've been
I
cool.
thought... because, in the last episode,
they had a character named Luke.
Well, yes,
that threw me off.
But I guess if you're black and bald, your name's got to be Luke.
I mean, listen.
No, but
Marvel, it's a book of names, bro.
In the beginning, they showed one guy at a hot dog stand, and he was a tall dude, and he had a yellow hoodie with the hood up and everything. I was
Are we?
And then they showed a chick in a leather jacket with black, jet black hair.
They're toying with it.
And I was like, okay. And I'm like, so I really thought they were going to be in that room,
right?
Like the main bar. I honestly, we're not getting. Actually, we may get Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Season 2. I think we'll get Moon Knight. We're
definitely Born Again season 2.
Yeah, we're definitely getting the Defenders.
Definitely getting the Defenders.
I think we're definitely going to get the Defenders.
I just want some sort of repercussions. You know what I mean? The meme going around is Fisk has this whole martial law thing going on. Where New York is where everybody is. Mm-hmm. Where is everybody?
But the thing is,
where's Kate Bishop? Kate Bishop should be doing something. She might be. Again, we always say where are the Avengers in Iron Man 3? I get it.
I was explaining to my brother.
It's kind of a big deal, though.
I was explaining to my brother. I was like,
City's their whole deal. Sorry,
Spider-Man really if he can, he'll focus on Queens. Maybe.
Yes. See. Yes.
So it's
always
like
that.
We don't.
You don't know what else is going on.
Yes, they
else.
show
yes.
him swinging at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah, by Rock Center.
But it's like,
by the Christmas tree.
Okay, but like we don't know if he's in the city 24/7. Maybe he's just working in the city.
This is true. You're right.
We don't know.
Yeah, we
the way they left it, we don't know.
As fans, we obviously listen. It's a small world.
Yeah, we're not stupid.
When when they say like, "Hey, it's a small world," or it's actually a big world, then we're like, "Oh man, come on."
Yeah,
that's why no bald black man can be named Luke.
Yeah,
without being like, "Oh man, it's Luke Cage." Like there can't be an Officer Morales without people thinking of Miles. It's shit like that where you're like, when Kingpin says, people swing around dressed like spiders, like you don't think of the tarantula, you don't think of anyone else, you think of Spider-Man. You know?
And it's funny, like that whole part where it was like Officer Morales.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was just like, "Oh shit, that's fucking Miles." I was like, "No, Miles' father's last name was Davis."
Well, they did change.
He's just like,
They did. I think.
No,
they retconned it that he changed. He took his wife's name, because Miles Morales isn't Miles Davis because of the
jazz musician.
Yes,
correct.
But also they wanted to kind of stay away from Jefferson Davis as the Confederate president.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they wanted to be like, fuck,
Huh.
So, again, people are like, interesting.
There's a
Maybe
lot
this
of
universe has an Officer Morales. It's all multiverse, everybody. Multiverse saga.
We may not even get fucking Peter Parker helping him in season 2. We may get Miles Morales helping.
I honestly don't think they would. MCU is going to touch Miles. I think Sony's got their hands. If they give anything up to Marvel Studios, it won't be Miles.
Right.
I think they will dance around it. It's such a
money talks.
You're right. Money talks. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll do a Civil War thing where they're like, "Oh shit, hey guys, you know who we can use?"
Yeah, the Defenders we're definitely getting, and then I honestly think
you're getting Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. What about Colleen Wing? What about Misty Stone? You think you're getting any? Misty Knight, sorry. I think Misty Stone's a porn actress. Yeesh.
We could see Elektra. Elektra could be his bodyguard.
I'd be down for that.
Could be Kingpin's bodyguard.
Do we think Foggy's dead? Like, the actor is coming back for season 2, which could just be flashbacks. But, like, apparently there's a storyline where Vanessa faked Foggy's death.
No, Foggy faked his own death.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Foggy faked his own death. In this particular case, Vanessa put the hit out on Foggy.
Okay.
Like, in Daredevil Born Again, Vanessa put the hit out on
Yes. But I thought there was a storyline where Vanessa did the similar thing, put a hit out on Foggy.
No, Vanessa was
But she killed a decoy and already had kidnapped Foggy. Yeah. Who knows? No way to know. It's comic books.
I'm wondering if they're gonna, in season 2.
No, John Berthel again. Sorry.
Are they gonna introduce Daredevil's sidekick? Who the hell knows? He has a sidekick named Blind Spot. I'm being completely serious. I'm being 100% serious. You could look it up.
No, I think you're right. As I've seen that before.
Because it is the most ridiculous name.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yo, you realize your partner's alter ego is a fucking blind lawyer, and you're gonna go with the name Blind Spot?
Blind Spot?
You fucking idiot.
Well, it's clever. In a way.
I also think the end of Born Again Season 2 is gonna be setting us up for Shadowland. Like,
I'm thinking the same thing.
I think Matt's just gonna lose his fucking mind.
I think...
Like, he's gonna do some fucking dirty shit.
I think they're going to... Because there was some shenanigans with the Red Hook ports, which obviously now Kingpin has kind of settled into as his headquarters. Not the Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, I'm mixing my comics and my my live action stuff. The anti-vigilante task force. I think that Daredevil will basically kick him out of that area. And maybe he will still be Mayor Fisk. I don't know. But I think then Daredevil's probably going to break bad. Because we're seeing the black suit. Like, they are not, they are not hiding that shit.
Okay.
You're seeing the black suit, which is very reminiscent of how he looked in Shadowland. Mm-hmm. And he might
or
just
it could be the armored suit.
The armored suit, you would see that. Like, this looks just all black, red, these nuts. And I think you'll just get a bit of a Shadowland stuff. Yeah.
I think
this is going to be a little Devil's Reign action, and then after that you'll get Shadowland. So
a lot of good stuff coming.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff. Like Shadowland. Like that's why I'm saying they're going to be bringing a lot of people into season 2 because like there were so many moving parts.
Oh yeah.
In Shadowland, there were. I think wasn't Wolverine involved with Shadowland?
I don't remember. I don't remember what they did with the mutant stuff. I think
couldn't Wolverine smell the demon in Matt or some shit?
It might have been. Yeah, they might have done something like that. Or I think because Ghost Rider was in the mix too.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe he had some sort of connection. I don't remember.
Yeah. I just had to look it up because for some reason I thought that character Buck was Matt Murdock's brother. Matt Murdock has a brother.
Matt Murdock has a brother, Mike Murdock.
Yeah. I thought
there's some shenanigans with that too involved. So.
Yeah, he did not look happy at the end.
Who?
Buck did not look happy with anything.
I don't know, man. Buck, he just likes to fuck. I don't tell you. But I think that kind of does it. I mean,
that's a wrap. We got WrestleMania in 20 minutes.
Baby, woo! It's 420.
Light them up, smoke them up.
Emily Blunt's looking at you. Oh, that'll do it for us, RudeNation.
RudeNation.
Drugs are bad.
Except for marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana's fine. Everything in anything in moderation. Anything in moderation.
Correct.
But yes, Nation, thank you for joining us. I don't know. Said it all. We put it all out there.
Yep.
It's there. It's an hour and 8 minutes of just, it's there, baby. Thank you for joining us.
It was a long day yesterday.
It was a long day. We got a long night ahead of us. WrestleMania's night 2.
It seems like it ends at 10:30, 11 o'clock at least.
Hopefully, yeah. They know the deal.
Yeah.
You'll hear our thoughts on WrestleMania night 2.
Yes.
WrestleMania 41 night 2.
Yes.
It's hard to say. Later on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. But right now, episode 182 done. And we're going to see you next time on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
WrestleMania, baby. Woo!
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.